Hello, hello, what's up? We're doing some coaching, but it's just me. It's just gonna be a VOD review. I have some VODs from Mr. Trevor, our protagonist. We can see from the op.gg, bit of a slow learner. It's fine, because I'm here. So he's been wanting to pick up Wukong recently. He's been playing Camille. I was like, Camille's too hard to play. So he's like, what champion can I win with? I suggest him, Yone. Oh my. Mr. Trevor likes playing some mechanically intensive champions, so Wukong should be a little bit easier, hopefully. Okay, so he's gold, platform last season. Obviously, whenever you're learning a new champ, you start losing a bit, so it's fine. Amazing. Okay, so I have one of the VODs. Excellent. So we have the Wukong versus Mundo matchup, and for good practice, before you even go into your game, you should be like, okay, what does my comp want to do and what does their comp want to do? So when I look at their comp, Leona, she usually likes to go in. Malphite has to go in. Kha'Zix goes in. Mundo goes in. So their comp is pretty much dive kind of, and Ezreal, can just be in the back. He's not really a high prio target. He's not like Misfortune or Ashe or Jhin that are easier to get on. Then our comp, we have the Diana Yasuo combo that goes in. Blitz tries to get a hook. So both comps are pretty much going in. Like whoever goes in first might just win the team fight. So usually comps that go in, on your team, you usually like having flash, you can go in. But if their team also goes in, you don't really need flash because you can peel front to back with the with your ult. It's like, so in this team fight, when I look at their team, maybe you'd be focusing Kha'Zix that's jumping in. I don't know, this comp also wants to go, and so it's kind of wacky. The fights are going to be very hectic, very chaotic, very fast, and explosive, so I don't know. So honestly, in the Mundo, at this elo, Flash Ignite, so that means you have some kill threat on Mundo post 6, and you don't have to build the Grievous Sword, which will delay your Mythic, so that's why I like Flash Ignite, just for lane, just to be a bully. So, boom. So the reason why, so we start the game with where do you want to stand level 1? You don't want to stay in this bush. The reason why you don't want to stay in this bush is because 5 enemies could be walking around and they just ambush you right at this corner and you don't really have enough time to react. So the play is you should stand like here and then you can see the entrances and you can go multiple directions. So you want to be standing out here in the river. If Mundo shows, just walk away and then retreat back into here. This is like your backup spot. But it's worrisome to be here because your opponents may do the thing where they come from base and they loop around this corner and they kill you. I've literally died in a competitive game. Sorry, not died. I've had to blow my flash in a competitive game because of this cheese. So very important. Okay, we're gonna skip through. So the goal of this VOD review is to find laning mistakes. So with Wukong, our win con is to get a lot of CS, get your Sheen, get your Divine Sunderer, and then you start scaling and you really have this insane dueling power where you can E, Q, R on the people and just nuke them, blow them up. If they're within your E range, they're pretty much dead after a certain point. So early game, our win condition, I don't think you're gonna get early kills in Wukong. Like levels 1, level 2, level 3, you shouldn't be able to get a kill. So why even trade? Why even put yourself in a volatile position to get ganked by Kha'Zix who might flash on you or something? So I think the play is to keep your health pool high. And sorry, my voice is kind of failing. Keep your health pool high, get the CS, get a good lane state, nice and easy scaling is the strat. So we're looking for lane mistakes in this game. We're looking for how you play the lane level 1. What are your recall timers looking like? So versus Mundo, what Mundo wants to do, he wants to push you and he wants to throw cleavers at you. It's really annoying. What the fuck is happening mid lane? Oh my god. This is so wacky. So normally you pay attention to, okay, where is my jungle heading? So the way jungle works is you start on one side and then you generally clear towards the other side. So if their jungler starts bot, they're clearing and they're coming top. That's usually how it works most of the time. I don't know what the fuck's happening mid, so So usually you want to be weak side on Wukong. That means you want to leash and then your jungler paths away from you. And you're like, goodbye jungler, you never see them again. Hopefully they help win bot lane or mid lane. So what I would do is on this lane, honestly, you start W. If he throws a cleaver at you, W behind yourself, boom. And then the clone is going to tank it. So I would just be behind these minions, let Mundo push you in. People are bad, they'll normally push the wave anyway. Okay. Honestly, and if you get clapped early, it happens, it's fine. You have corrupting, you're fine. If Mundo goes to auto you, he's pushing the lane in. So even though you're losing some health, you're losing some trades, it looks like you're losing, it's actually fine. And you just last it. Okay, this is, you're gonna lose some health for doing this. Oh my god. Okay, this is the worst possible scenario. So I talked about having your health pool high, you want to CS, you don't want to be fighting early. But honestly, if you went Ignite, you could have chose to start E and he starts dueling you level 1, you just kill him level 1 by dashing onto him, but that wasn't the strategy. So this is just not good. Oh my okay, nah, rewind. Sorry, this has been so hectic. Okay. Okay. We're gonna learn a very important lesson here about standing behind minions and learning to give up CS. So there's like three minions. It's not that much CS. Honestly, it's fine to give up a little bit of CS if you're laner. Like some laners do this. And they like walk aggro. Like, dude, let him auto you once. It is what it is. Maybe trade autos. And then just look for these last hits. But if he starts walking up, you just have to walk away. You just have to give up the CS. It's fine. And I wouldn't W aggressively to get the CS. Okay, this is not worth that much. This is only a tiny bit of CS. If you fuck up the lane state, that's going to create some CS problems where you can no longer CS. But give up a tiny bit of CS early, and then you'll get more CS later on is the play. So this Wing in, so greedy. You're losing so much of your health pool for 2 CS. Who cares about the CS? As long as you get XP, it's fine. And this is trading. Honestly, if you're trading blow for blow, you shouldn't be. You should just be running away. Just take the losing trade. Mundo's not going to kill you, probably. So this is just very sus. And you don't have Ignite, so I don't know. It's okay. Might have blow flash, but you don't flash early game, so it's fine. And you're chilling. Just last hit. Like, okay, you have corrupting. You're chilling. Just last hit. It's fine. And then yeah, it's good to move perpendicular so Mundo doesn't do a skill shot thing through the minions. I'm not exactly sure how that works. But I guess Mr. Trevor is creating some HP lead. Maybe there is some way to kill Mundo here. I didn't think that'd be possible. Oh, he's going in? Okay. I think you just win there if you keep fighting. You have a huge health advantage. Mundo also doesn't have... Mundo's going Ghost TP this game. So I think there was actually a way to kill this Mundo because of the health lead. I mean, there's different ways to play the lane. Like, you can play super aggro, but like, you gotta establish that level 1. Like, if you're gonna play aggro, you maybe should just start E and dash on level 1, but I was thinking to just play it safe, play it chill. So, we're relaxing. Okay. So that was like a predictive W. We're chilling. Okay, we have some mechanical errors. And this is really low. You're like, oh, I don't know if I want to go in here, or maybe I should walk away. I don't play lane like this. I play super safe, so this is kind of weird to see. This is like trading punch for punch. It's super close. Oh my god, he's going in. Okay, well, I mean, it's just bad calculation, I guess. It was close, but... So E, oh, W, auto Q. I mean, you comboed him perfectly, pretty much. But I guess Mundo is just too tanky. I mean, that's the problem with trading in a bigger wave. But I guess you invis. But I think he's just higher level. He hit level 4 or something. When did he hit level 4? This is just unlucky, honestly, because you had the thought. Oh, E4 after you killed ESO. I don't know. Well, whatever. So this all happened because you're just playing super fucking aggro and then you missed your kill opportunity earlier. So I don't like to play like this, but it's whatever. You have TP. Honestly, who cares if Mundo gets a kill? It's fine. It's Mundo. What is he gonna do? Build fucking Ruby Crystal? Like, who cares? It's fine. Okay, sorry. I should change the Fog of War so we don't get any spoilers about the jungle. Kha'Zix is spotted. Okay. Alright, so lesson learned. You're probably trading too aggressively, but if you are going to trade aggressively, start E. And then trade on level 1 would probably be better. Then, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Slow push. Looks good. I like this kiting back into the minions, but I guess he's just too fed. Let's see this combo. Okay. Mundo's walking up. So at this point, it's like you slow push and you kind of want to crash this wave. If he gets a freeze and zones you from CS, that's like worst possible scenario. Longsword's a good buy. Yeah, so play a stand behind minion and trade in your wave so that Mundo's taken all of these minions tanking. And these have decent attack damage. He will get hurt by the minions. It's a fine W. Trading back into the minions. I mean, this is the theoretical trade pattern. So, but he is just, I don't know, he's higher level, I guess. Mundo's scary. But Mundo now is pushing it back. So at this point, you just like, okay, I'll just play safe. But Diana may be coming, so. Ooh. I don't want to see that combo. Okay, but an easier way to dodge the cleaver is you put your cursor right next to your champion, and then you W or W. So if you were here, you W here, and then you like, he guarantees miss it rather than having to perpendicular dodge. This is fine to set up with the jungler. Looks good. At this point, like, holy shit, we have to crash the wave. Shove this wave. Ping the jungler, ping assistance, help, shove the wave, because if Mundo TP's back and he freezes it and you don't have TP, it's really bad. Okay, Malphite just reconnecting and disconnecting, so I just shove as fast as I can. Oh, Mundo can't TP to minions anymore, right? Okay. I just run. If he freezes it, so what? You can't do anything about it. Take your losses, recall. And it should be rebounding at this point, because players are stupid, they just push the lane automatically. Okay. At this point we have Sheen, we'll come back and try to catch this wave. Oh, I'm gonna push it really fast. Holy shit, okay. So we're farming, staying under turret, we're dodging as best as we can. Okay, we gotta work on, so Mundo's skill shot comes in a line towards you. You gotta be dodging up, you gotta be dodging down, back and forth really fast, and then it's kind of like a flip whether or not this cleaver is gonna hit. What you're doing is like you're moving in circles, but you're not really moving along this y-axis to really dodge it. And if you're dodging skill shots, normally you don't want to be next to the turret because that limits your range of movement. And you can like fake going for CS and then move up and down. So if you move up, I mean, where else do you have to go? You're just gonna hit you in this corner. So staying next to a wall is not good for dodging skill shots perpendicular. But you're getting your ass eaten, but it's fine. It's fine. The CS is like even almost, even though you died. So, I mean, he may die of you. It's kind of sus, actually. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, but if you use your W to tank that cleaver, you're now at threatened of being dived because you no longer have your clone. Your clone is like your anti-dive tool. Okay, so normally when you combo, you should always be queuing before you ult. EQ then ult, because your Q shreds the armor by 30%. I guess 20% at this rank, but and then you ult. So you Q with the Shane, bop, and then you ult. And your Q cooldown starts ticking down because you're hitting someone with your ult, and then you're gonna look for another Q. But at this point, this is just so your mechanics are bad, and that's why you're so low. And you used your anti-dive tool to block like a little bit of poke. Yeah, so like 2 mistakes in a row kind of lead to this death, and then greeting, I guess, for the CS. But at this point, if he's going to try to dive you, you should run to the north of the turret. So he's at the farthest distance from away from the turret, if that makes sense. So if Mundo has to walk all the way like to here to auto you, he's gonna be really far away to leave. He's gonna get shot multiple times. He doesn't have flash. So maybe if you Q then ult, and then you like walk backwards a bit, this dive doesn't happen. But you don't Q, you go inside of him, and then Mundo's just gonna keep autoing you. He's gonna burst you. Like, that's not good. I think if you like Q ulted and you like walked away a bit, maybe he wouldn't have one-shot you. And of course, you gotta have your clone up to not be dived. So he's gonna push in. This is really where the gap comes in, where Mundo gets the push, you miss all of his XP, and he gets plates. Sheesh. Yeah, you're in top capped. But it's fine. Slowly not becoming fine, but... What is happening? Hold on, what's happening? Okay. No ult. Diana's going in. Bop. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have anything to say about this play. That was kind of Diana's fault. She was the one who shot called that play to happen, so I don't know. If Kha'Zix counter ganks, it is what it is. I'm not gonna tell you, I don't know the solution to that play. Okay. Well, okay. So we're trying to crash before he gets started. Honestly, Mundo's kind of fed at this point. He has Frostfire. So what Mundo does with Frostfire is like he runs up to you, autos you, slows you, and he like runs you down the lane. So I normally don't get this behind. So the strategy for being really behind in lane is you I have to stand in XP range, quite frankly, behind these minions. And you might just have to watch the minions die. This Mundo sucks. He has Frostfire, so he'll probably push the lane back into you pretty quickly just because he's not good, doesn't have freeze. So, but also warding, like if you're coming back to lane, you might have to pad through try, put your pink in try, put your yellow ward in the river. If you're on red side, so you don't get ganked. So I don't know where Kha'Zix is. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. You probably don't know either. But I guess you are trying to rush this wave in, but as soon as Mundo shows up, I'd probably back off and do some warding. He's pushing because he's stupid. So like, I don't know if Kha'Zix is sitting in this bush or something. So we gotta work on our warding. Okay, there we go. That's good. Honestly, if Mundo clears it, it is what it is. It's fine. It is what it is. Mundo's gonna lose some CS to go clear your ping, so it's fine. And then boom, your ping missing. And you have 2 options if your laner shows mid. It's like, do I keep the freeze, number 1, or number 2, do I shove it in and try to deny him CS? So usually if Mundo is gonna be like fighting mid, that's when you shove. But if he's gonna like show mid and like run back top, maybe just keep the freeze. So he's doing some fighting, so I'd probably just shove it at this point. Fast shove. Bop, 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 bop. Push, 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 push. Sorry, I didn't see what happened. I didn't see him leave mid. Sorry, I sped up. Wait, when did he leave mid? Okay. So as you're pushing, you should be looking at the map when he leaves mid. You see him pathing towards you. You have your ward, so there shouldn't be... Oh, he's gonna go around through try, but well, it is what it is. Oh no, he comes to mine. Okay, so you see him. So hopefully there shouldn't be any errors here. So if Mundo comes, you know, you gotta walk away. You have your clone. Your clone can tank 1 cleaver, and you should be able to make it to turret before you die. Should be good. Okay. Honestly, at this point, I dashed him, and then W. Okay. We're running away. Okay. I'd be perpendicular dodging based on his cooldowns, but it's fine. You survive. You might get a turret here. Okay, we got teleport. Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay, we're farming. Okay, we're doing some dodging mechanics. Okay, doing some trading. Honestly, okay, now this itemization is grief. When did you buy these items? So Sheen's good, Longsword's good, boots are good. What happened with this purchase? Plated steel caps. So what when I look at their comp, who's autoing you to kill you? Like, so Wukong has armor in his passive. So I really don't think you need to really build armor. Usually I try to get Merc Treads, which is magic resist, and you really just want tenacity. So I don't think Mundo's going to be doing a whole lot of damage through auto attack. So I think Merc Treads would be the play here, especially if he's running you down, maybe to reduce his slow duration on his abilities. It's a magic resist for his cleavers and stuff. So I think Tabbies is a blender. Yeah, okay, we're doing some mechanics, dodging, we're farming, okay. Okay, you're being weak-sided. I mean, it is what it is. Well, Mundo is kind of fed at this point. Normally this doesn't happen. Your laner doesn't get so far ahead. But theoretically, if your laner was stronger than you, okay, it's this. Like, Mundo is diving you because you W right in front of him, and you're like, hey, my W's not on cooldown, come dive me, is basically what you're communicating to him. So he doesn't dive you normally because he respects that you can W backwards, stall out the fight, run to this wall. But if you W right in front of him, and then you stay and you're low health, he's going to dive you. That has been the trend consistently. So your lane's kind of over at this point. You really got to give some respect to your laner if you're really behind. But yeah, you really just can't be using that W ability and then staying after. So at this point, you'll probably just be staying under your inner turret, farming. Your Mundo's gonna walk around, take golems, take chickens, run to mid. So we pretty much know how this game's gonna go. Lane phase, Mundo's gonna appear, and maybe he'll like ghost you down. So I don't really want to look at this VOD really anymore because we have identified some key mistakes to look at, you know, some key mistakes in lane. Like, this lane's honestly not that hard. You go ignite, you don't die, you can literally like shit on him level 6. I have killed the Mundos in competitive level 6 with ignite, very easy. So yeah, I don't want to look at this VOD anymore. Excellent. We've identified some things. Perpendicular dodging, don't W when you're about to be dived. Don't trade super heavy level 1 unless you're gonna go E. You start E and ignite, and then you can probably kill him level 1. But so we looked at this replay. We're gonna look at the second replay. I drag it onto this icon, and then it should open. Is the play. So my thing kind of loads kind of slowly. Is this the same game? Okay, well, I've made a mistake. My bad. Well, okay, we're gonna do the bottom one then. Actually, if I'll just drag it out. Boom. Excellent. So we're gonna use the bottom replay. Okay. Looking at game 2. We got 4 games. Maybe I'll look on all, maybe I won't. Who knows? We'll see. Wukong versus Lumberjack Scion. Ooh. Lumberjack Scion. It's the mouse. So I think Scion kind of broken, honestly. Kind of strong of a champion. And good Scions are going to trade really well with their grasp. So I immediately look at their comp. What does their comp want to do? Let's see. Ezreal and Karma kind of want to be ranged. Katarina, you know, she wants to go in with her thing. Karma, sorry, Kindred wants to shoot people with her bow and use her ult whenever she gets engaged on. So they're kind of ranged, but then Scion is going to be up front. Katarina wants to go in as well. So their comp's kind of weird. What does our comp want to do? So our comp is, okay, these three champions, Xerath, Jhin, Lux, are kind of that stand your ground, zone the enemy, stay from range, don't let them walk into you. But then Nocturne and Wukong want to go in. Okay. Alright, on the blue side, we have our protagonist, Mr. Trevor. Let's see, where does he stand level 1? Does he know where to stand level 1 on blue side? There we go. There we go. This is where you stand level 1. This is good. So also by analyzing their team composition, that's kind of how you start thinking about how do I want to play these fights. And then versus their team, let's see. I feel like it's kind of hard to just dive onto Ezreal with Kindred. So maybe I'd try to just kill this Katarina if she ever goes in. Maybe peel the Scion, we'll see. I don't know, in team fights, that's why I usually look at. And that usually determines what summer spells I want or like how I want the lane to go. So TP is fine if you want to neutralize the lane. Maybe Ignite could give you an advantage, I don't know. I haven't really played this matchup that much. Come. Fully. So don't walk into the river versus Scion because he's going to be sitting there with his fully charged Q. Oh no. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So you normally don't do this. You don't want to walk into bushes where there's someone who's stronger than you. Like, don't walk into Darius, don't walk into... Who's strong level 1? That's scary. Kled. You know, there's, you know... So even though you may win level 1 if you dash on the sign, if he Fog of Wars you with that fully charged Q, he's gonna just get a huge trade and disengage the trade, and you just get gapped. So you check here, and you should walk through the jungle, back to turret, back through lane. And then your next step is don't stand next to any of these bushes, because Scion could be in there. You have to like hug this wall and kind of fake that you're going for the CS, walk in and out of his Q range. So hopefully you don't get Q'd, hopefully Scion's not in here, and he Qs you. That's my prediction, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so you don't want to be pushing the lane, normally. But I mean, there's a way to slow push the Wukong if you want to, but so normally I like to freeze. There's different play styles depending on our junglers come in top, so maybe pushing's not that bad, but Scion's kind of scary. I don't know. There's different ways to play the game. So this is why Scion's scary, because he presses W, he has grasp, and he's gonna outtrade you. So we'll see what Scion does. We're CSing. So Mr. Trevor keeps trying to pushing for level 2 advantage, but I don't know if Scion can die because Scion's kind of cracked. Nice dodge. Okay, but you keep trading. He has bone plating. Like honestly, if your laner has bone plating, like you just lose trades. So if you have conditioning, you outscale him. So at this point, Scion is clearly the better trader early game. He has grasp, he has his W, he has Q to outrange you. I would just let him push you in. I saw it. I would just last hit. So you keep like, oh, I'm gonna poke him. Scion will not die. These poke doesn't do shit. Maybe you're trying to make him more volatile for Nocturne, but Nocturne doesn't really want to gank early. I think Kindred might be much stronger early game. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. So I just let him push you in. But you're getting gapped. Oh my god, what is happening? Okay. So okay, this is just a mechanical misplay. So you keep trading with them so your health is low. But like if you just didn't trade with them, your health would be higher. So that's why you're kind of low in the first place. Gotta pop those corrupting when you can so you don't get too low. And sometimes if your laner has level advantage on you, you just have to give up the CS. Just give it up. It's fine. Be like, Scion, push me in. It's fine. I'll give up some CS. It's not a big deal. But you keep on like trying to get every single CS. And that's why you're just dying. So also, so Sion, he slows you. You should save your W until after you see him charge up the thing. So Sion's kind of like crazy for, okay, you're insane for W like into him, into the lane. But then he's super wacky for knowing you'd be going this way. I don't even know. This play is so weird. Honestly, if this happened to me, I'd just flash away immediately. Like, don't trade with him whenever you're at 20%. Like, what is queuing him do? What is he's not gonna die. Like, queuing him doesn't do anything. You're just like elongating a fight that you shouldn't be in the first place. And then you flash, and then you flash. Like, you fight him for so long, and then you flash. Like, if you're gonna flash away, do it immediately and try to not take so much damage. And then Sion's just gonna run you down. Sion had good auto moving, so I mean, again, so you like tried to push into level 1, but what did I say about letting your laner push you in? Some champions are just stronger than you. Like Sion, you know, very strong trade. Wukong early game. In some matchups you're a Chad, but often like level 2, level 3, people just out trade you. And it's like, bro, just go corrupting, set under your turret, let them push you in. So another key mistake, fortunately. So boom, you TP back, and then this is gonna crash anyway. So just last hit here. And then let's see. So if they slow push into you and they recall, it's gonna be a battle of can you crash the wave into Sion before he gets back and freezes it. And I don't think you'll be able to. So then you may just have to stand in XP range. We'll see. So maybe you could do like a 2-wave slow push at this point. I don't know. So it's going to be, the lane state's not going to be kind of awkward. But Sion did go the tank build. You'd be really scared if you walked out with some long swords. the lethality Sion. Maybe kind of scary, maybe not. Your passive is armor. And at this point, I'd kind of just, okay, we gotta use W perpendicular to his skill shot, and you like keep trading with him. You haven't even like, you've barely even broken his shield because Sion is a Chad champion, and you are not until later on in the game. So I mean, you just can't be trade like a rule. Just like don't trade with someone until 6. You know, is like a pretty good rule. And you just like keep, so you're supposed to use your W earlier, but now I feel like Sion might land an ability on you because you use your W. Now you have no flash. Like, I don't know Sion's Q cooldown. Like, okay, there it is. I knew it was coming. So even though he's in minions, you just took such a bad trade. You didn't use your abilities properly. He has item advantage. He has 2 ruby crystals. He has biscuits. He's gonna biscuit when low health. You know, it's, I mean, yeah, you're probably just dead. Maybe. Okay, we get out. The lane's frozen. Recall. Cut your losses, or stand in XP range, max range. But at this point, the lane's kind of fucked. So, I mean, maybe you can crash it without dying. You gotta be pretty skillful about it. Yeah, I mean, maybe you kill him. I don't know. But basically, you're like pushing and fighting whenever you haven't warded. Like, yeah, where isn't your yellow trinket supposed to be? So I know it's hard to pay attention to mid lane wave states. I don't do it all the time. So I don't really blame you for failing to see Katarina coming. I didn't know either. But, well, I was also speeding through the bot, so, but, I mean, the greed. Kindred could have been here. Someone could have been here. I don't know. I wasn't watching the map. But, you know, usually just trading with Sion, like, this champion is kind of scary, so. It feels like you're just, like, limit testing. You're just, like, running in. Trade. Whereas with lane, you're supposed to be, like, more passivity. Okay. Sion might turn this. Oh no. It's a disaster. Where'd he go? Oh. Sion probably could have killed you, but okay. Okay, this is not where you want to run because you're running into him. He's just gonna kill you. Okay, you have W. Okay, it's fine. Okay, calculated. So I was thinking you'd run to the northeast a bit. Oh, okay. I don't want to talk too much about mechanics or trade patterns. That's like super niche and super specific. That's really not the point. The point of this video is to be like your lane states and your play style and your aggression level. So I don't even know. So Scion, yeah, you might have to cut your losses and recall eventually so you don't die. So your lane is gonna rebound. But your opponents at this level, they kind of suck and they just like auto push into you. They don't really understand freezing. But Scion does clear a wave really fast, so he could just like crash a whole wave into you if you try to recall. So I don't know. So you are so greedy for CS. Okay, but now since you don't have W, yeah, he's gonna charge to you. There it is. So just recall, just recall. So you gotta remember, if you W in lane, your W is like a 20-second cooldown. Your opponents know that. So if you W to like dodge an ability, you can't like walk back in as if you had W because you don't have it anymore. Like you're now weak until it comes back up. So you gotta focus on that a bit. This is great. He might just dive you. A little greedy. Okay. He has spared your life. He could have easily pressed W, walked up to you, hit you with the grass bottle. You know, I don't know his ult cooldown, but so his ult wasn't up, but he probably could have just murdered you. Because his W is like AoE, and if you trade autos with him to break the shield, you just die. So I don't know. He definitely could have murdered you here. Also, to avoid being murdered further, if he starts walking into you, you have to abandon this wave. You have to run over here into the river, maybe even look for an execute if he decides to come kill you. But he has spared you today. On this day, he has spared you. He totally could have dived you. So I mean, I guess, so Scion has a huge health lead, and he's deciding to proxy you, which isn't good, because Scion could be creating a CS lead. He could be getting more CS than you, but he's just going even now, which isn't good for Scion. It's good for you at this point in the lane. But Scion's coming. He may look for the dive, so... yeah, you may have to just piece. You are so greedy. So XP range is like kind of big, so you can like walk away and still be in XP range. Okay, he's gonna walk up and kill you. He might hit a minion into you as well to kill you. I don't know his cooldowns, but so greedy. This is so greedy. Okay, sometimes you just have to walk away. Just completely leave the lane by walking south out of the lane. Sometimes you have to do that. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. So if you hadn't died so much, the CS lead would be kind of even. So even though you think, oh, Scion's clapping me, he's really not. Like the CS leads are kind of even. Like a 15 CS lead in the mid game really doesn't mean a lot if you're like even in XP, as long as you got the XP for the CS. But now he's diving you, he's fucking getting all the plate gold, 150 gold each for each plate or something like that. Now he's really starting to create his lead. These minions are dying, you're not getting any of the CS. Like now you're losing, now it's over, kind of. Whereas if you just played a little bit more passive, this lane would have been really neutralized. Like you keep playing aggressive early, keep like trying to trade, you just gotta not do that. You just gotta be really passive. Just go for those last hits, give up a little bit of CS. Just play as if you're Kale or something. Play as if you're Vladimir. You just like try to CS. So then you try to fast push it maybe before Scion comes back. Also be careful, like Scion could be ulting down the lane or something, I don't know. What the fuck? Wait, did Nocturne not see it? Where did she come from? Yeah, so this is the thing about like, at this point, it's the thing about pushing into tower without warding first, is you're now susceptible to gank. So boom, after you kill this minion, you now have to go for that pink here, yellow here. But if you don't have a pink, then maybe just look for yellow in the tri-bush. And then, yeah, you really just gotta yellow the tri-bush if you're gonna be up this far. So are you like trying to get one plate? I mean, this is like super greedy. Like you didn't even get the plate because Scion is zoning you. as well. So honestly, I would have just not walked up to turret. I would have walked over, were to try, maybe helped Nocturne with Herald a bit, or something like that. Genius. How'd you do that? Very smart. Very smart. Okay, you walk away and you press the hold. This is just ingenuity. This is peak of the pyramid creativity. This is really good. And then you W the opposite way. Okay, I don't know why you're going to the northeast. So theoretically you go east and then you try to run over here. But sign a scanner, that's kind of wacky. Okay, oh, you're going, okay, to the minions, okay, and then run it down the lane, kind of, towards golems. Try to stall them out as long as you can. Pay attention to Katarina roaming. So I guess... Okay, but they may just come to try and kill you. They decide to give up, okay, oh. Okay, nice evasive maneuvers, okay. So instead of recalling, you get some health and you try to CS, okay, nice. Oh wait, you're going in, okay. Wait, are you strong to go in yet? Okay. Okay, so you're basically trying to go in. Like, let's see this combo. So I would like to E, Q, ult him. E, Q, pop. And then ult him should cancel. Okay, nice. And then I run him down the lane. Like, assuming you're stronger. I don't know if you're going to win this or not, but assuming I'd like run. Yeah, keep running him down. Auto. W. Ah, okay. I think you may have mechanically misplayed it just because your auto didn't go off. So the EQ ult was good. And you wait until EQ to ult, which is good as well. Okay. I would have ran further past him a little bit more. And then so your ult comes out and then auto is fine. It's like auto Q ult maybe. But you're supposed to have your clone in here, so like EQ ult, and then you look for a WQ ult. So I don't know if you're like trying to cancel his Q or something. Honestly, I would have just like done the combo anyway and just moved out of the Q because you're spinning like Garen. You can dodge while you're ulting, so he shouldn't really land this very much. So unfortunately, Q doesn't go off. This is like your damage, your Sheen. So if your Q, like you cast it, but it just like didn't go off. Sometimes that happens, is what it is. So now it's like, uh-oh, now I may not win this 1v1 anymore. So, I mean, you still have your W really late into the fight. It's kind of weird. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I would have done auto Q coming out of the invis instead of just Q, but I don't know. So I feel like if you just use your clone in the combo, you probably would have killed him. Even though you're behind in gold. You're behind in items. You're behind in XP. Wukong is just so strong. Your build is defensive. So you can just clap him. Just because Wukong's so strong a champion, but mechanically misplayed it a little bit. Unfortunately. You gotta use your clone in your combo. I don't know what the fuck this is. Yeah, I don't know. So now Sion is taking all your turrets, all your plates. You've died a lot. It's not looking good. Like, you're supposed to be like getting your mid-game spike with the Divine where you do max HP damage to Sion, who has a lot of health, so he's not super tanky. Let me go back. What is even happening in this game? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So this is the problem with your turret being on, is that they can just like all collapse on you. So okay, we got some evasive maneuvers. I don't really want to look at this bot anymore. Okay, so you lost the lane. Okay, that's all I want to look at. So notes, you gotta not trade. You gotta let them push you in. Keep your health. Try to get the CS. Like, look, the CS lead isn't even that bad, but imagine you just didn't die so many times. You'd be winning the lane because you'd have Divine, and then you'd maybe be able to run him down. Sion is really tanky, but maybe eventually you could kill him in your combo. So, yeah. You gotta not fight, not greed for CS. Stop greeding, stop being greedy for 1 or 2 CS. Give it up. Yeah, essentially. Alright, let's look up I'm trying to speed through these. I'm trying not to make like a 4-hour video because I can do that sometimes when I get really focused. Hopefully I don't know how long. Oh, I can check the time on this. 45 minutes. That's fine. We'll try to make it like an hour 15, hour 30, we'll see. Okay. Versus Darius. Okay, this is one of those lanes. Flash Ignite. Gotta go Flash Ignite. Versus Darius. Because Darius is strong early, but post 6, you can just dash on him and kill him probably. EQ ult, pop the Ignite, like run him down, maybe try to W behind him or something. Maybe if he Qs and you're not in position, flash inside of him. And then Q ult again. I don't know, something like that. Some combo where you run him down eventually. Let's press F2 so we see red side vision. Okay. Okay. So we see Darius mid. So level 1, you know, walk to this point. If Darius starts walking into you, you gotta walk away, back to turret maybe, I don't know. This Darius is scary. Some shit's happening in the mid lane. Who cares? So this bush is just scary. Because what if Anivia plus Rakan plus Vigar just walks around this corner, and then they're within like 600-700 units of you, and then you may just die to one of their flashes or engage it. Like imagine Rakan grand entrance, boom. Like you have to burn flash or you're gonna die. So that's why I don't like this bush, because you can't see around this corner. You gotta like walk into the river, and then you have full line of sight down the river. And your mid laner is supposed to be protecting this area, or your jungler, so they don't walk up behind you. But so yeah, definitely don't be in this bush. I've died to it in competitive, it's not good. So versus Darius, this is one of those lanes where it's like you just gotta start W, good. And if Darius walks up to you, you gotta walk away. You gotta, this is the epitome of giving up CS. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna miss XP here. Okay. Okay, we're tapped out. Okay. So we lost 2 XP. Oh, XP. I mean the CS, it's fine. But the XP from the CS, oh no, that's a blunder. It's fine, it happens. I mean, yeah, this is one of those lanes where he's just gonna push you in. You know, you try to get the CS where you can. It is what it is. Okay, okay, this is this is so greedy. Because Darius can walk up to you and pull you. Like, you don't know what ability he started. You keep like Wing a forward to get CS. You need to not do that. Just erase that combo from your mind. Cause then you're too close to him. Yeah, so usually you W after your opponent has auto attacked you or something to stop them from autoing you more. But you want them to hit you once, so they push the lane in and then you W backwards. So W. Okay, it's fine. Okay. What is this? What is this pathing? What is this? Okay. So I don't know why you're like running past him. And you like go down here. What? Okay. So usually if your laner walks up, you have to walk back towards your turret. Don't like walk forward more, because then he might just pop ghost and run you down. Like he didn't start W, but he should have, and he could have ghosted you down. Boom, you have to burn flash. It's not looking good. Okay, like you should never be walking through the lane. Imagine he just pops ghost and runs you down with W, and if you had W and E, disaster. Okay, and now Darius can literally, if you walk into the river, now he's gonna follow you. He's gonna walk you around Tribush. See ya. You can't get back in the lane unless you go all the way around. You don't have W anymore because you wasted it. You literally have to go all the way around. Or Darius is gonna ghost you down. So the ward, not too bad. I would have liked the ward in this Tribush, but it's fine. This is fine if all guys come actually. Okay, but I like being weak side with Wukong. I don't like trying to do setup plays early game because you don't have a ton of setup. Your laners can be slow pushing. This wave's really big. It's hard to fight in this wave. Like, so I don't know if this gank works or Darius just gets a double kill here. We'll see. Okay. I normally go E second, but okay, that's fine. If you're trying to CS max range with Q. So I just don't think this gank's gonna work, but Because you basically have no setup. Like, you don't have any of it. You're only level 2. Like, it's just a waste of time. Volibear should be on his Krugs. This won't freeze anyway, so I don't know. What is happening in this lane? Okay. Priority number 1. Get this CS. It's fine, it's fine. You're zoning for Volibear to help him out. Okay. So you got your corrupting. You're chilling. Just use your corrupting. You're chilling. Okay. And this is one of those lane states where like your laner is going to come back to lane. He's going to try to freeze it. So you have to like maybe just last hit very slowly. And maybe he'll try to push it back. I don't know. So I don't know. So a good Darius with items here is going to be trying to zone you. But maybe if your wave's big enough and he has no ghost or flash, apparently, maybe you can just crash this wave, but you got to be careful of his bleed 5 stack. So I'd be looking for the last hits here. And if he like attacks you, maybe W away. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of a troubling lane state. Okay, good. Good. So sometimes you got to be like I would have popped these corrupting to be higher health early, try to get this crash in, but you have to threaten them as if you're gonna go in. You have to walk up aggressively to Darius and be like, yo, I'm trying to push this wave in. Even though you can't, because he can all in you have to mind control them into thinking you're stronger. Like, you know how animals in the wild, like what do you do if a bear, let's say you're hiking on a trail and a bear walks up to you? These park rangers recommend you put your bag over your head to threaten them, to seem larger than you are, to scare them. Just like all animals understand the concept of confidence and fear. So if you walk up confidently, they may interpret that as, oh shit, maybe I can't freeze this. Even it's a bluff. So you gotta pop these corrupting, threaten to push it in, even though you can't, it's a bluff. And honestly, laners like these guys suck. These guys are gold. These guys will think that you're pushing aggressively, so they'll like cower and be scared. But this is too close to Darius. Too close. Too close. He could pull you and kill you. Yeah, okay, he's pulling you under turret. You gotta not be up this far. Okay, don't Q him, just run for your life. Okay. Because like if you Q him, that means he gets another auto on you. Because that's another auto time, you know, you really don't want to elongate the trade. So this is kind of a shit lane state where it's like you're trying to crash it, he's trying to freeze it. It's very sus. And this is why I talk about maintaining a high health pool. If you have a high health pool, you get this crash off because he does his trade and you walk away and then you know he's on cooldown. But if you trade and then they slow push crash it, they walk back to lane and try to freeze it, and you're low, they might just freeze it, you know. So that's why maintaining your health pool is really important on a scaling champion. And sometimes you gotta just W out of there. Darius sucks. He's gonna push it. Just peace out of there. So Darius will kill you at this health, I think, because Darius is just really strong. So you just gotta give it up. This is your time to recall. It's a cannon wave. He pushes it more slow. Okay, you have TP. Okay, TP. Nice. Okay. Honestly, the wave's pushing in. Press W. Walk over here. This freezes. Your clone starts tanking the minions. Okay, we got the freeze. There we go. Okay, nice. So you could use your W to help you out here to take a little bit less health, but make sure to trim these casters so that it doesn't crash. Okay, nice CSing. Okay, wait, you're 6. You're 6 with Sheen. Oh, you went played Silica. Yeah, what Darius has to do is he has to build more armor and try to not get one shot as Darius, because if Darius can elongate the fight, he's gonna win. Your goal is to one shot him, so that's why I like going 9 to Darius as Wukong. Try to get that one shot post 6 with the Sheen, and then yeah. So theoretically, Darius should have lost some CS because this should be kind of pushing towards you. But now it's rebounding. Uh-oh. You made some kind of error. You probably should have just let it crash into you as Darius comes back in the lane. So he'll lose more XP. Oh, you were going in. Got a Q. It's a disaster. What has happened? Okay. What has happened? Okay, so what happened? So Volibear says, I'm going in. So Volibear's like trying to force the gank. Okay, I feel like you often try to follow up with your jungler. I guess you're like, Darius has no flash. Flash, E. Okay, there we go, the invisible Q. Nice, nice mechanics. Okay, but we gotta work on your combo. Okay. Okay. You're gonna flash, flash, flash E, flash EQR. You have to do it so fast. Pew, pew, pew. Flash EQR. You got to be decisive about it. I know maybe this is kind of an indecisive moment, but flash. You got to EQR him. You like flash, and then you like stand there and you like think about it, and then you go in, and then he runs away a little bit. This is a nice combo where you ult as you're queuing, and then your Q is invisible because of the animation cancel visually. But I don't know, maybe this play just isn't good though. Like maybe Darius just doesn't die here. But the play is, if you're gonna turbo commit, you gotta go in on him. You have to W behind him to dodge this apprehend inductively, predictably. And then you gotta look for another QR. I think you're indecisive about your R and you didn't get as many ticks, and that's why your Q's not back up so early, because you like walked outside of the range. So I don't know. I honestly, if this was me in this game, I just would have pinged Volibear away. You know, like if you see your jungler coming, you don't think it's good, just ping him away. You don't have a ping. You don't know if Darius has warded or not. Like, I don't know. This play is kind of, I don't know, whatever. It's kind of a weird play. But like, your team's winning you, so you really don't need to be forcing stuff. Like if you just go even CS, your team should be winning the game. You'll outscale Darius eventually. So you think Darius recons you for a 1-way fast push, that's fine. Get some plates. You gotta be careful because he might be sprinting back to lane. Okay, this Darius build, he knows the build to counter Wukong. He knows to build health and to not get one shot. So Darius is kind of an expert on the matchup. But at this point, I'd probably would have warded, you know? You get the plates, Darius comes back in the lane. Okay, you need to walk away, ward the river. Yeah. Because now, like, you're pushed up. Although Volibear's in the jungle, you know, is Anivia coming to roam? I guess maybe Anivia won't roam, but, you know, theoretically the jungler could gank you through this river area if you don't have it warded. Also, this is greedy. So if you Q a minion, Darius is going to pull you. And he's going to ghost you down the lane. He has ghost and flash. You don't. He's literally going to kill you. Oh, there it is. And there's the ghost. And usually this is the wall where you flash over, but you don't have flash, so yeah. Yep. Yeah. Alright, what went wrong? Okay, Darius, you know, Darius. Tons of matchups have to play a certain playstyle on the Darius. So you took plates and you see him coming. You can no longer be within his pull range at this point in the lane, because he'll literally pull you and ghost you down the lane. So you should know, based on summoner spell timings, that he's gonna have his ghost up, he's gonna have his flash up. If you pinged it, you know, in the chat, you should be able to see it. You should time that. So what I would do is I'd walk away to go ward, and then hopefully Darius pushes it back. I mean, this is rebounding, but he may push it back even faster. So Darius at this point, he just got his items. He should be really strong. If you don't have ult and you're close to the turret, you literally just can't be within his pull range, or you're gonna die. And if you try to Q Darius, his pull, he'll just pull you. Like his pull is equal with your Q. So this Darius sucks. He's pushing the wave into you, so just don't walk within his apprehend range. This is so illegal, especially since you don't have flash. He does, so you're just gonna die here. So the play is, like, what do? Darius is fed. I mean, not really fed, but Darius is stronger than you. You literally have to walk back, sit over here, and just give up some of the CS. Just give it up. This lane will push into you, because, you know, lane state fundamentals. If it's even on their side of the lane, it's going to rebound, because their reinforcement minions come back faster. So just give it up. Sit over here, watch the CS die and wait for it to come into you. And try to look for CS, but don't walk within his pull range. If he's that strong. You don't have ult, you don't have flash, he does. I mean, yeah. Classic top lane solo kills in low elo. Misevaluation of strengths and positioning in the lane. Great for the CS. Like, if you just don't greed, this lane matchup should be a lot closer. Like, he's only had 9 CS, but he does have 2 kills. One of them was from the Volibear gank, which is kind of weird. So again, this is one of those moments where you need to go ward here and try to do something with your time rather than being this pushed up in the lane, because he's gonna look to pull you and he's gonna kill you again. He has tier 2 boots. Kind of scary. I mean, going boots into Darius is fine if you're behind, just to run away faster. But theoretically, this lane, if you have Ignite, you're trying to go these damage items and you're trying to one-shot him. But, yeah, you just can't walk within his pull range. What is happening? Okay. I mean, it's kind of close. Okay. Hopefully my microphone doesn't pick up that background noise if someone's alarmed. Okay. When you crash it, your laner shows. This is where you keep making the error. The error is, you can't be this far up in the lane with no wards. Remember the pink ward in Tribush, yellow ward in this river. So as soon as Darius comes up in the lane, and you know you can't get this melee minion for a while because he's stronger than you, and you can't combo him right next to the turret because he'll just walk under turret and you can't continue your combo. You need time to, you need space to run him down the lane. So I'd walk away. I guess you don't have a pink in your inventory. Maybe you had exact gold, maybe you didn't buy a pink. I don't know. I'd pink try, yellow ward over here, and if you just can't CS, go get a deeper ward. Go ward like here, this jungle entrance, which also shows the river, which is a really good ward. There's also another ward over this wall, which will show both Gromp and blue buff timers. It's also a good ward spot, but yeah, you just can't be up this far in the lane. And like, there's a chance he pulls you out of your W, and you're just dead. So this is okay. I don't know what's going on with these combos. Okay, let's see what's happening. So I don't think you should be fighting you. You should have warded. You shouldn't be this far up in the lane. And if he freezes it, you just gotta respect the freeze. You just gotta, if he's ahead, you made some mistakes, he's freezing it. You literally just have to set an XP range. It is what it is. Just cut your losses. Your team is literally going to carry this game. The only way you lose is if you feed Darius super hard and your team can't carry you anymore because Darius is fed. He has like 7 kills, you know. So, okay. But let's see your combo for what you do. So you're like going it. You're like, but you're like indecisive about Galvagon. I don't know. So it's like you Q him and then you W away, but then... okay, this isn't the worst combo ever, but you are really indecisive, and now you don't have your E. Whereas if you just walked into him, QR, you would still have your E up, and you can still use that as a gap closer. And then Diana comes. Uh-oh. I mean, well, you know, like, oh, well, jungle diff. Well, you should have warded, and then you usually don't want to fight on their side of the lane. You want to fight, like, over here, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. So... it's unlucky Diana's there. You are kind of gapping him. I mean, maybe you just kill him here. It's your combo. I don't know. Wait, let me look back. Sorry. I'm a nerd about Wukong combo. It's really important because it's a lot of damage. So you Q him and then W away. See, your clone no longer gets the Q because you Q'd and then W'd. So you're losing a lot of damage from your clone here. So what I would do is if I was fighting him, I'd walk inside of him. If he like tries to fight me, I'd Q him, and then like, wait, let me see the exact moment. I'd Q. I would just R. He's within your R range. R him and walk into him if you're trying to solo kill him. But you're like, honestly, if Darius lands his Q, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, maybe it's 1 bleed stack, but yeah, you just got to be inside of him. QR, you E melee range, and that's just not. You need your E to dodge his second Q, to get inside of his second Q, or like if he pulls you, you need your E to re-engage on him, because his pull is like a disengage. Okay, you're wiggling, nice. So I'd be like inside of his hitbox, wiggling around, maybe trying to dodge this apprehend, which is his E. Boom. Okay, another Q. Good combo. Hopefully you're using your Sheen timer well. I wasn't paying attention, but hopefully you're doing that correctly. I mean, at this point, Darius E into Q is just like guaranteed, and Diana's here, so. I mean, you tried. This is a valiant effort, honestly. If you didn't fuck up your clone, and you still had your E, I don't know, maybe he dies, I don't know. It'd be pretty close. But just fighting him there is just not good anyway, so. Even though he has item advantage, you're still like almost winning it. So like, the Wukong is just so strong of a champion. So. Yeah, I don't know, at this point, just slow push, just try to CS. The lane's kind of over, Darius is fed, he's going to be getting his, maybe he's like going gore or stride, I don't really know. So, at this point, I mean, I don't know. But if you W, now if he pulls you, you're just dead. Or you have to flash. So I usually don't like using W unless he's like, I don't know. Wait, did you W his Q? I don't know. So you gotta wait, play back until your W's back up. Also, yeah, like going to ward here is good because you can't really walk closer anymore. There's the yellow word. Can we get a ping and try? I don't know if you bought a ping. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. So no pinks. What worries me is when you try to Q him, he may just pull you as you're queuing. Like you're kind of stuck in your Q animation as he pulls you, and then he may just kill you. So if he's ahead, don't Q him because he's gonna pull you. Well, honestly, you actually maybe able to kill him. Like you have a health advantage. I don't know if you win this if you EQR him and just like run inside of him, but if you had Ignite, you totally win that. That's why I like going Ignite to Darius. Well, I don't know. I like this rotation because you really can't walk in a lane. But I guess you didn't really have any words. Oh, okay. So if he pushes it back into you, you just gotta freeze this. You gotta sit under turret and freeze it. Because if you push it back into Darius, then he freezes it and you can't CS. And then, yeah, and then whenever you try to go for the wave, he's just gonna all in you. Like you can't push in an opponent that's more fed than you, and your opponent's Darius. So like Darius has flash, has ghost, has pull. You just can't. You can't be inside his range of threatening, and you're Eing, and obviously he's gonna pull. He's gonna pull you auto, and then he's gonna W auto attack reset, and then he's gonna look to Q you. Boom. So if he pulls you, maybe you just ult, and then you look to W out. So ult gives you movement speed. It's a good disengage tool. What the fuck? Well, hopefully he doesn't dive you. So at this point, I don't know if Darius can dive you. I don't know. It's kind of close. But if Darius can dive you, maybe you just gotta give up the CS. LeBlanc's coming. You know, maybe you just play it slow. Don't lose any more health. Yeah, there's that pull combo. Very scary. But like, if you just gave up these minions, like, are these 3 or 4 minions really worth your flash? But maybe you are just baiting for LeBlanc to one-shot him. I don't know. Maybe you're just a master space baiter. But I don't know. But you got to be thinking about that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. You keep making these mistakes, bro. You're behind and you just keep egoing your opponent. You're like walking in their range. It's not good. You got to respect them. You got to be an XP range if they're so stronger than you. So I mean, that's pretty much it. And then you just, at this point, if he has Mythic, I don't know if you can kill him. I don't know if you need Divine to just all in him and kill him. But you're so close to Divine. Imagine if you just played the lane a little bit better, you'd have Mythic here. He wouldn't. Or maybe he would, but you also would, and then you would just solo kill him. But because you egoed early game, you gave him a gold lead. Now he has Mythic and you don't. Uh-oh. Now your mid-game spike is kind of fucked. 16 minutes is supposed to be your strong point, but Darius is still at his peak because of these mistakes you made early in the lane. Not good, not good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's fed. You're behind. I mean, this dive is kind of... Wait, let me see if I would have avoided this. Let me see if I would have made that decision or not. Oh, what? You just teleport? Wait, what? What happened? Did you channel teleport? You just blink across the map? What is going on with my replay? Hold up. Is the replay bugged? Did you... Okay, did you just teleport across the... Sorry. I may be stupid, but you may have just teleported across the map. This replay may be bugged. Okay, you're at inhib turret. Okay, you're walking. You're at enter and you just teleported. Okay. Okay, the replay is bugged. That's fine. So I would have CS'd this. I wouldn't have warded. And here, I would have either A, tried to ward. If he stops me from warding, I'd just play near turret, because there's no CS for you to get right now. Oh, are you trying to Q him? That's what you're trying to do. You just can't be in it. Like, why are you in his range? There's no CS to get. You're not killing him either. Like, why are you inside his range? It's just like a spacing issue. But also, if you Q him, he's gonna pull you. This is why you can't Q Darius at this point, unless you're like way stronger and you're just all in him. So I mean, like, if you just waited for these 3 melee minions to crash, maybe this dive wouldn't have killed you. Or maybe it would have, but they would have had to fight for it more. It wouldn't have been as easy. Diana, as she comes, gets a free kill, very fast, very clean, and this is not what you want. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to look at this fight anymore. We've identified some key mistakes. You keep fighting your laner stronger than you. You gotta give up some CS. You gotta do that warding thing. You gotta ward. Like, if you can't walk up to the wave, go look for a ward. We'll look at one more replay really fast. I spent some time with that replay because I'm a nerd, but okay. How long is this? 1 hour 12. That's not too bad. Okay. Ignite TP versus Renekton. Okay, I like the Ignite. I probably would have gone Flash. Honestly, Ignite Flash may just be the good summoner spells on Wukong. Because, like, let's say you're stronger than Renekton and you go in on him and you ignite him. He's gonna just flash away, and it's like, uh-oh. You know, that's your... You can't flash to follow his flash. I don't know. DB's also fine. Also, you have to worry. Like, if you don't go flash, there's a chance Renekton plus Kiana, like Renekton double dashes onto you and maybe lands the sun, maybe it doesn't, but you're more vulnerable to ganks. Versus lanes that have setup plus junglers that can easily gank you. I think Kiana... I mean, Kiana isn't Jarvan, but, you know, she has some mobility to get on you. So you got to be careful that, like, let's say the enemy's Jarvan or the enemy's Rek'Sai. You got to be careful. You probably just got to go flash in his lane so you don't get ganked, but maybe if you play it correctly, you don't, but... So boom, we got to be walking, guard this entrance, and press F1. Good positioning. So at this point, you can see up, you can see to the right, and you can see down. You have multiple ways to go. If anything happens, if they come from below you, you go up. If they come from the right, you know, retreat back into your jungle. Don't go next to this wall because champions can flash over and hook you. You got to run back towards the blue. So yeah, it's a good spot. You can see them. You're chilling. So, and then at this point, if you're on blue side, you decide if I'm stronger than my laner, you can just walk up through the lane, because if they show, you dash in on them, you just kill them level 1. Renekton isn't super strong level 1, so maybe you can just walk through the lane. If he bush camps you, level your E, and then all in him, and you win. Okay. You're doing the move and then hold command and then move again? It's very good. Good Wukong mechanics. Okay. Okay. Excellent. So versus Renekton, although Renekton's level 1 isn't super strong, his level 2, his level 3 is going to be a lot stronger than yours, because Renekton's early game champion. He plays for CS, he plays for Snowball, And if you just don't die to him, then you win because you outscale him. You get your mythic, you're stronger than him. You have Ignite, which cuts his Q healing, cuts his Conquer healing, it cuts his ult healing. Ignite's really strong into Renekton. So I would start W. Renekton's probably going to Q the wave. He's probably going to push you in because Renekton players are fucking stupid. You should not be autoing this. You should try to freeze it because, again, his level 2, remember versus Sion, Sion's level 2, level 3 was so strong, he would punish you because you pushed into Sion and he's like, no, this is my wave, and he tries to freeze it and he defends the wave. So although you're pushing level 1, Renekton at level 2, level 3 may build up his fury and he may just W you and then Q you and then win the trade. And then your lane's kind of frozen. Kiana may be looking to gank you because you don't have flash. Yeah, so this is why pushing, not good. You gotta think ahead. Level 2, level 3, who's stronger? I think Renekton is. Okay, you start E. But if you're gonna start E, maybe just dash in on him level 1. Like, Corrupting isn't the strongest level 1 starting item. Maybe D-Blade is, but I would just start W and let him push me in and just chill. So we'll see how the wave goes. So we'll see. So Renekton's going for the push, which is what okay, you're so greedy for, like, you always put yourself in a bad spot to try to get the CS. You E for the CS, you W for the CS. Like, it's so wacky. I don't know. So you basically put yourself at a bad spot. They win the trade, and then you like walk away with your tail between your legs. I don't know. A good player would punish you more than these players are doing. Boom, he's level 2. This is why you start W. He hits level 2, he dash, he looks for the stun. This is where you W away from him. Like versus Camille that pushes you in. Camille starts Q, she hits level 2, she hook shots this wall, boom, boom, she goes in on you. That's why you start clone, disengage it, you know. So if Renekton started W, started E, and he dashes in on you, wins the trade, you don't have W, you know. You gotta be thinking about these things. There it is. What did I say? What did I say? I'm a prophet. I don't know. Yeah, so if Renekton goes dash level 2, he probably will. So you can't be in this bush because he dashes to a minion, boom. Then he's like here, and he's gonna dash again, boom. And then you're cut off from the lane, he's gonna murder you. He has D-Blade. He's Renekton level 2, you gotta respect Renekton. Like, Renekton sucks as a champion, but this is his strong spike. He only sucks if you respect him, but yeah, gotta start clone, gotta disengage. Also, because he has bone plating. Like, you just won't win trades against a Renekton who has bone plating. Like, that rune is designed for early game. This guy is just styling on you with the animations. Boom. And the auto moving is pretty good from the Renekton. Yeah, now you're so low. Like, what did pushing the lane do? You did nothing. You put yourself in a shit spot. You've lost all of your health. Like, your goal is to CS, but you keep going for this early game CS, and then you're so low that you have to give up more CS later on. The trick is to give up CS early, and then you'll get more CS. If you greed for the CS early game, you lose all of your health, then you have to give up all the CS, and it's really bad. So overall, give up a little bit early, and then you get more later on. Fundamental top lane. Now he may just like flash it on you and one-shot you. Like if he hits level 3, flash W, Q ignite, E, like, I don't know the Renekton combo, something like that. You may just die. So now you're like super scared. Yep, okay, then yeah, there it is. There. What did I say? What did I say? Like I didn't even know this was, I didn't hover over to know this was gonna happen. It's literally Renekton 101. This is what Renekton does. He just pushes and he gets level advantage and he, yeah, I mean this is all because he started E versus Renekton. If you're gonna start E versus Renekton, just maybe trade on level 1, but maybe just don't do that because his level 2 and level 3 is way stronger than yours. Yeah, you gotta start W. You gotta concede a little bit of the CS. It's really not that much CS. He's gonna push you in anyway. I swear you'll only go down like 5 or 6 CS. It's not that big of a deal. Your win con is to farm, reach your spikes. You keep on greeting. It's not good. And now you TP back to turret. Like this TP is saving you because you keep on making early game mistakes. But you know, you just, luckily you didn't miss like any XP pretty much. Man, giving a Renekton early kill, he's gonna be so powerful with this long swords. With his 80 ratios are gonna be really good. Renekton's a snowball champion, you know, like just don't feed him, and he's not a champion. But if you feed him, he's super strong. No counterplay. This is Renekton sucks. He could have W'd you, but he like Q'd you randomly. I don't know. Maybe you have level advantage. I don't know. So at this point, you remember the whole thing about like the warding thing. Like if you're trying to crash it back. So I wasn't paying attention to the map where Qiyana was, but you should have. So you should have known if you need to ward, you know, walk over and ward try. There is a time in the lane to ward where you don't have to miss CS. So it was, I don't know. Well, I don't know. But a way to position the lane to not get ganked as well is, so your opponent's going to come through the river towards you. If you hug like center left, kind of towards this wall, it's harder for Qiyana to run through the river and gank you. So that's where I'd be positioning if I don't have a ward. I don't know where Qiyana is. Like if Qiyana clears up, you may be getting ganked because you don't have flash. So very, very volatile to ganks. So this, okay, good, great ward spot. Also, there's a trick where if you, let's say this is your POV, put your cursor right here, place it inside the wall, it'll ward this bush. So you can do it from like right here. So you don't have to walk all the way around the corner. Good ward spot. At this point, you have to mind control your laner into trying to push. You have to like walk at him aggressively to try to get this crashed. Renekton may trade into you, and he may just push it back into you. So we'll see what happens. This is not a good lane state, but you're going in. Okay, well you're actually winning it. This Renekton sucks, but normally Renekton with item advantage would be clapping you, so this is some risky trades. A good Renekton would probably punish you really hard. I mean, yeah, maybe you trade some of your health to try to get this lane crashed. If you can get this crashed without dying, it's good, but this is so risky. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We got some greed. Like, this is what Renekton does. Early game, he's so strong. It's like, you're like greeting. Okay, if you W away, you can't walk back into his range while your W is on cooldown. Like, let's say you're Camille versus Darius, and you Camille E away, and you like walk back into his range. Like he's just gonna kill you. Like, this is your escape tool, but you use it and then you walk back into range. It's really weird. So now Renekton is just looking to W you or something. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know. I mean, you're just dead at this point. Renekton just so much damage early game, so yeah. So maybe let's rewind this. So even though you made a mistake earlier in the lane, boom, you got your ward, you walk back. What I would do is just maybe Q him max range, or just like don't trade with him and then just let him freeze it, and maybe he'll push it back into you. Like Renekton might Q you and it'll AoE hit all these minions, and he might just push it back into you because he's stupid. If he trades into you, he's gonna push the wave in. So maybe you walk over here inside these minions. If he walks into you and Qs you, he cleaves all the minions. So instead of doing a super hard trade, just because he's so fat, you gave him these long swords for no reason. And yeah, okay, this Q is good. It outranges his Q at level 2 apparently. Good. And then just like, okay, but this is bad. You don't even have your Q up. Why are you dashing in on a melee? Doesn't he just win the trade? But so if you're low and Renekton's low, Renekton's gonna kill you, essentially. I don't know. Like, this trade pattern isn't good by Renekton, but yeah, I just would have autoed the wave. We'll try to last hit it, and hopefully he pushes it back. And if he doesn't, the lane's frozen. It is what it is. At level 6, maybe you have a chance to break the freeze. Maybe Zac pads top and helps you break it, because Zac's coming. Zac's coming for Scuttle. Maybe you just rotate up him with Scuttle. I don't know. If the lane's like super fucked and frozen. But this is just so greedy. Like, you Q the wave, you E the wave, and then you're within his melee range. Like if you're on cooldown, you're not at your strongest point. You can't be trading with him when you're on cooldown, because they're gonna win the trade. And then, you know, the W, you know, we talked about this. Your W's, you gotta be really conservative with the W. Just don't just use it. And if you are use it, you gotta peace out. So, all right, UCS. Okay, yeah, honestly, just keep. Although this is very, very slow pushing, Renekton's probably gonna push it back at you. So this is good. Just try to keep it even. Hopefully, Renekton pushes into you so you can CS. This is fine. Just last hit it very slowly. Last hit it. Renekton's probably gonna push it. Boom! Look, Renekton's now pushing. Oh my god, he's so fed. What is happening? Okay. So my thought process was Renekton's gonna push this back into you. But Renekton has pickaxe, D-blade, two long swords. So, I mean, dash. Yeah, you gotta W away from his. You gotta like W out of this mechanically. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. He's level 6, you're level 5. He has so much AD. I guess he just fucking one-shots you. So you're lucky he doesn't pop old ignite you and kill you. I feel like he could. So, but yeah. So if your laner is super fed, you just gotta give him more space. Like if Renekton is within a melee creep, he can do the dash. So you literally just gotta. So this wave is pushing into you. This cannon is very healthy. So you just could give him some space. He's level 6, you're level 5. Give him some space. So, yeah. I mean, this wave is literally pushing you. If you just don't grief this trade, you will be able to CS. But your positioning is too bad. So Renekton does a good combo. So you W, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Well. Yeah, now Renekton is going to push this wave and then he's going to dive you. So, let's see. Will you make the decision of stay under the turret and die? Or will you give up the whole wave and recall? So, I predict you're going to stay under turret and die. So if you stay under turret and die, you get nothing and Renekton gets a kill. But if you leave, you get nothing and Renekton does not get a kill. So staying under turret does not give you CS. He's literally gonna kill you. So at this point in the lane's pushing. Renekton's threatening to dive you. He has 6. He has the ult. What's it called? Dominus. He's gonna dive you. You're dead. He has ignite. You literally gotta walk down, walk to try a bush and channel the recall in the fog of war. You cannot let Renekton slow push dive you. You don't have flash. There's no way to outplay it. He's going to W you and one-shot you with his AoE abilities. All of his abilities are AoE except for his W, so he's going to hit you. He may just ult, walk at you, and just kill you. Who knows? Let's see. Renekton has a ton of health. He has ignite. You're probably going to die. Oh, wait, you hit 6? Maybe there's a way to outplay this. Maybe he just one-shots you, honestly. Okay. Well, I didn't know your corrupting would be healing you so much. Okay, I thought you'd be lower than you were. Oh. Okay, Renekton again. He's looking for the slow push dive. I don't know if you can live this because he is so fed. Remember that earlier in that trade where he took like 75% of your health? And if he ults and ignites, he's definitely gonna kill you. And if he trades 1-for-1, you lose all of his CS. And then he comes back into a freeze for him, so. If I was Renekton, I'd just walk up W. Like W, I think your ult cancels the W animation? I don't know, something like that. I would just murder you right here. I wouldn't care about your ult, I would just kill you through it anyway. Oh. Now he's definitely looking to dive you. Yep. Yep, there it is. I knew it would happen. I knew it happened. If not the first wave, then the second wave, you know. So what happens? I mean, you keep him for 0 damage. You're so behind. He has bone plating. Yeah, you literally just have to leave. Also, Yeah, I mean, if you W, yeah, you don't even have time to ult because he just one-shots you. Like, theoretically, you ult after he hits you and then you CC him, but he's just gonna stun-lock one-shot you. So, I mean, there's no... You can no longer outplay this because Renekton is a very simple design with fed items, like Garen. You can't outplay Garen diving you. It's too simple of a kit, so... Yeah, so earlier I made this speech about, will you leave lane and give it up, or will you die under turret? And so you did die under turret, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you have to will yourself to give up this CS. It's hard mentally. You have to have the willpower, the wisdom to do it. If you have any sort of ego, it's going to get in your way of the lane. So honestly, if you just give up the CS, give up the platings, he'll be at 2 kills, you'll be behind in CS, but at least the game won't just be over from top cap, you know? So you gotta mitigate your losses if you're losing. You shouldn't be behind in the first place if you play it correctly, but if you are behind, you definitely gotta mitigate. And this cloth armor buy was fine if you're trying to not die. Rushing tabbies is fine into their team. But theoretically, you don't even have to do this. You know, you build your damage items and you start killing them with Ignite. But you're making these errors about the lane state and CSing, and your aggression is all way too high. You know, I message you, I'm like, start W, let them push you in. But you start E, and then you don't get a good trade level 1, and then he'll kill you level 2, level 3. He'll get a good trade, so... Yeah, that's really the fundamental error. So, I mean, the lane's kind of over. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Set a turret, watch your laner look at you from XP range. Like, I don't know. So I was just like, try to fast show this. If my laner shows, you literally have to walk away. He's gonna dash through the minions. You literally just have to leave. Give up the CS, because he's coming to kill you. He's coming to make a good trade on you. He's running, he's running you down the lane. Like, I literally knew this play was going to happen. Because I'm an expert at this game, right? I know. And then I knew you were going to stay because of your pattern of staying, overstaying. Even though you have tier 2 boots and you run slightly faster, he has 2 dashes. And he's gonna dash through the minions, dash onto you, so... It's all about, there's there's like patterns. Sorry, my voice is dying. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. He's too fed, and you're just not respecting him. Like, you don't know how to give up CS. Like, in your mind, you just, this is your POV. Oh no, Renekton. Literally, that's your point of view. Okay, your screen is this entire box, right? If you see him walking in from Fog of War, start walking away. Walk down river. Like, if you can't walk into lane because Renekton's so fed, come take this Gromp. Renekton will probably push the lane into you because he's bad. Gromp gives you health and mana. You E, auto attack, WQ the Gromp, and just start taking it. And then if Zach pings you, you'd be like, yo, Zach, help me break this freeze. I don't know. So, yeah. So, yeah, another good lesson is if your lane's like so fucked because you made a lot of mistakes, start taking Gromp. If the lane's still frozen, start taking Wolves. I don't know. There's literally, like, it's either that or stay in XP range. Like, at least taking these camps will help you get a little bit of gold. Maybe Zach can start sing-ganking a little bit more because these camps are already gone, but... I mean, yeah, the lane, yeah. And with that, the lane's over. Yeah. So, I feel like we've learned a lot. I feel like I've explained a lot about the matchups, the play style. Yeah. So, level 1, don't push him in. Start W. Don't trade with him. Wait until your spikes. I feel like in any of those games, you never got your spikes, and then you never started comboing your laner. Like, you never got to see the potential of how strong Wukong is. If you just wait it out, just be a little bit more patient, just give up a little bit of CS, you're gonna be so strong level 6 with Shane. Like you saw in some of the games where you were at an item disadvantage, a level disadvantage, and you were still like kind of winning, even though you mechanically didn't play it like super well, but like decently. So I swear, if you're just a little bit more patient, you're going to be destroying these guys post 6 with your items. Sheen is a good spike. Divine Sunder is a huge spike. And then, so Divine Strong, second item, Death's Dance. You're so strong after those items. You're going to crush your laner. Mid-game fights for 3rd dragon, 4th dragon. You're going to jump in there, flash on an ADC, one-shot people, heal from the Death's Dance, or you can front to back, peel their tank. Your Q does armor, shreds armor. And so you can front to back decently well. You can one-shot these assassins that try to jump in your backline. So there's so many options. You can split, you can team fight, you scale pretty well. Post 6, you're kind of strong early game actually, as long as you don't grief levels 1 through 5. So your champion is so strong, but you're just griefing these fundamentals, these early lane. But like once you get the pattern down, it's really not that hard. Like how hard is it to let your opponent push you in? There's no complex trade patterns. There's not really a lot of matchup knowledge because you just let them push you in. I guess you have to like give them enough respect. You have to know Darius is an early game champion, Renekton is an early game champion. Like these guys are scary. You have to know that. But once you know that, it's not that hard to play the lane. It's really not that hard. And then post 6, you should be a monster. Like maybe not necessarily level 6 exactly, but you know, once you get those items and you have enough room to run down your laner, you should be so strong and you'll snowball. Like you'll be one-shotting your laner the same way that Renekton just one-shot you, like level 3. So it's just a different spike. It's a little bit of a scaling spike, kind of like Camille. Like if you played some Camille, Renekton would probably shit on you as well. Like if you played Camille into Renekton, he'd probably do the same thing, like run you down, break your shield. So it's like the same playstyle where you just gotta scale up a bit and then you're strong. So that's why that's what I see from your replays. And I feel like you can literally fix these mistakes. Just cut the ego, learn how to manipulate the wave. You should be good. Should be good to go. But obviously you're still gonna make some mistakes. You'll still fall into that pattern sometimes, whether you're tilted or your ego is high, you're just not paying attention. You just gotta be consistent, have the wisdom, the willpower to give up a little bit of CS. It really isn't that big of a deal. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of the lane. Like if you're 30 CS, your opponent's 36, but you have Sheen in level 6, you're literally winning the lane because if your champion's stats are so strong at that point in the game. So, because your champion kind of scales into the mid game. So even though, like, for example, Vayne, let's say Vayne is a hyper carry. If Vayne goes down a little bit of CS, she's still winning because she outscales. Your champion outscales. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me see if I have anything else to say. Otherwise, I feel like I just wrapped it up very well. Let's see. Also, you're going health per level. You're going conditioning. You're going overgrowth. You're going scaling runes. Like, you're not going this bone plating, flat armor kind of thing that your laners are probably going. Your opponents. So you're literally like slightly weaker than you should have been. That's why you even more have to play this little passivity, submissive play style. And you just last hit those minions. Yeah. But that means come level, was it level 12? Sorry, 12 minutes in or 14 minutes in, conditioning, boom. You're so tanky. Overgrowth starts kicking in. You're getting that max HP from your divine. 3.5% max HP or something like that. So you'll outscale them even harder. So if you're gonna play passive anyway, yeah, you might as well go the scaling runes that I suggested, which is good. Health per level, conditioning, sometimes unflinching if they have a lot of CC, because honestly, being CC'd as a bruiser sucks. You like lose all of your damage, you lose your stickiness because they cut you out while you're CC'd, it sucks. So if you go Legend Tenacity, you go unflinching, and you have Merc Treads, 3 sources of tenacity. I know there's some inefficiencies with stacking a lot of tenacity, but even so, you're really gonna be like CC immune. Not actually, but it'll be really good, and you'll be able to run down these carries in these fights without getting CC too heavily. So yeah, that's one. Let me think if I have anything else to say. Let me think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of what I looked at. You might be making some mistakes in fights as well in terms of who to focus, but if you can just get to that point, honestly, it doesn't really matter who you focus as Wukong, because you're going to blow them up anyway. Like, killing someone in a team fight is good, regardless of if you're front to back or you're diving. So as long as you can get to that point consistently, kind of like how, I don't know if you've played any RTS games like StarCraft or Age of Empires, where even if you make some wrong decisions in the mid game, if you can just get your economy really high consistently, your build is good every game, you're gonna have a chance in the mid game. Like, the fundamentals of your economy early game is so important for the rest of the game. League is very snowbally, and you can't afford to be making these early game errors, positioning errors, trading errors, lane manipulation mistakes, aggression. Yeah, you need to be more passive. And then if you do those things, let me look at my account. I don't want to be like a super stupid bragging, but I feel like you can be as good as I am. I'm not even super great. Like, I feel like I can hit master at this point. My browser's not loading. Oh boy. Let's look at my account. You can literally be where I am in skill, because I literally just explained how to get to where I am. It's really not super hard. Obviously, there's some things that I'm doing that you're not, that are way more complex, but I literally described how I would play the lane. Boom. Diamond 3, you may think, oh, Diamond sucks. These players in Diamond suck. So I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to hit Master. I have a decent win rate. I was playing actually Wukong jungle a while back, but I'm on a competitive team, so I was really like, I really need to be playing top lane. Even though jungle, I literally could climb easier on jungle, because jungle is a broken role, and I'm good at the jungle apparently, so. Sheesh. MVP or ace like every game. I am cracked. But now I'm like, oh, I gotta play top lane. So trying to hit master top lane. Boom. Look at these KDAs. So this game was hectic, but look at this KDA. So my playstyle is I try to get low deaths. My death average is 3.6. That's pretty low. So if you die less, you'll be on the map more. That means you can CS more. I've recently I've liked Flash Ignite because you're just so strong in lane. Obviously, you're not strong levels 1 through 5. You're weak at those levels, but after a certain point, if you're level 6 with Wukong, you have Sheen, you have Ignite, you can pretty much kill anyone. And not everybody. Maybe Set's kind of strong, you know. Some matchups are close, but most of them you'll win very easily. You can do the same combo every time. EQR, W behind them, look for another QR. Once your Q's back up, you get your Sheen timings on the Q. Don't mess up mechanically. You know, you can literally practice the combo and practice tool until you got it down. But your Q CDR will change. It'll be up faster later in the game or early game. It doesn't come up as fast, so you're gonna have to be looking at your cooldowns mid combo. Look at your Sheen cooldown mid combo, but it shouldn't be too hard. Not as hard as Gimiel, not as hard as Riven or Irelia, Fiora. There are way harder champions than Wukong's combo. That's pretty predestined, predetermined combo. So maybe your clone, you have to react and dodge one ability, but it's really not too much. So yeah, you'll literally be as good as I am, just from some fundamentals in laning. So that's all I have to say, I think. Excellent. So I wish you good luck in your games. Luck isn't real. Who cares about luck? What matters is your skill and your consistency. Be consistently good, play consistently professionally in lane, and you're literally going to win games because your mid-game scale is so good on Wukong. I think Wukong's broken. I always complain about champion strength. I was like, oh, this champion's broken or that champion's broken. That champion shouldn't have killed me. I had a gold advantage. But when I play Wukong, I'm so glad I'm playing Wukong because I feel like this champion is so broken. So strong post 6 if you just get your scale. So I hope you enjoyed the champion. I hope you like him. So I feel like you really haven't been playing the champion how you're supposed to. You haven't seen the spikes. He's so strong. Once you get your item. So you'll like see him in a new way. You're like, oh, what was I doing? I was so stupid. Why was I dying like level 2? That's so dumb. How do you die level 2? Like, yeah, amazing. All right, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned a lot. Sorry if I was repetitive. These points are really important. Just trying to hammer them home. Excellent. All right, GG, bye.